So, here is the storyline of episode 89. This episode begins with Myungja finding a letter Sunji left for her. The letter reads, Dear Myungja, each time your siblings begin a new school year, your little sister constantly asks me to buy them new clothes, but you quietly go to school. For some reason, seeing this breaks my heart more than anything. You rarely cry and never complain. You always care for your siblings, and you truly are the family's pillar. Children shouldn't grow up so far quickly. But because of your parents, you have to work. You should learn to forgive. You should be allowed to cry more naturally. I'm truly sorry for that. But will you forgive your foolish mother just this once? I bought clothes for all of you to wear to my funeral. Myungja, please don't cry or be sad, and don't look for me. I will be okay, so don't worry. When you hear that I have passed away, you can look for me then. I want my body cremated and my ashes scattered in the wind in my hometown. After reading, Myungja searches for Sunyi in the village. She asks the villagers about Sunyi, but no one knows her location. Myungja cries. Her body struggles to accept the reality. She hugs the letter and continues to cry. Myungja returns to Sunyi's house, and shortly afterward, Sunyi's friend, a grandmother, arrives. A neighbor told a grandmother that Myungja is looking for Sunyi. The grandmother tells Myungja that she tried to dissuade Sunyi, but Sunyi refused to listen. The grandmother also explains that Sunyi recently decided to move to a nursing home because she doesn't want to burden her children. Sunyi says she simply waits for death now. Myungja cries again. She wonders why Sunyi feels like a burden and why she hid. Myungja searches for Sunyi at the hospital, but Sunyi is not there. Myungja spends the entire day searching for her. Hongdan feels worried because Myungja doesn't answer her phone call. She tells Gonghi that Myungja is picking up Sunyi from Godsan to take Sunyi to the hospital. Hongdan plans to send Sunyi, Myungja, and Kyungtae to the hospital for a complete health check. She wants to know what time they will see the doctor but can't ask Myungja because Myungja isn't answering her phone. Gonghi, hearing how much Hongdan cares for her family, feels very thankful to Hongdan. Hongdan explains that it's natural for her to do her best because she is like Gonghi, a Meng family daughter, even though she is actually a daughter-in-law of the Meng family. Later that day, Gangbu contacts Gonghi asking her to come to his clinic. Gangbu gives Gonghi a lot of vitamins and supplements. He asks Gonghi to think about the baby she is carrying because she is a mother now. Gangbu also asks about Gonghi's works at the office. If everything is going well, Gangbu is worried because he knows Gina, who Minki almost married, also works at Jazz Fashion. At the same time, Gonghi doesn't want to worry her family, so she says everything is fine. She changes the topic by asking if Gangbu, Noah, and Hongdan are doing okay. Gonghi is concerned because he heard Suyeon return to Korea and even picked up Noah from daycare. Hongdan told Gonghi this. Gangbu says that in their family there really are no secrets. Then Gonghi asks Gangbu to take good care of Hongdan and not make Hongdan cry again. Gonghi jokes that Gangbu will feel her punch if he makes Hongdan cry. On the same day, Dansu remembers his cruel treatment of Audrey after learning she is his biological mother who left him. He finds it difficult to forget this, and he finds it even harder to understand Audrey, let alone find her. Then Gonghi enters Dansu's room. As usual, Gonghi gives Dansu a report, but Dansu does not respond. Gonghi asks if Dansu is alright. Dansu says, I don't know what I should believe. Should I believe Chairman Huang, who has been by my side my whole life? Gonghi says she cannot understand Dansu's struggles and confusion, but she knows one thing. Both Chairwoman Huang and Audrey are Dansu's family. Hearing the word family makes Dansu remember how Audrey treated him, how she cared for him so much. He doesn't remember his relationship with Chairwoman Huang at all. In this episode, Sungmi asks Gina to go on a blind date, but Gina refuses. This leads Sungmi to believe Gina still focuses on Minki, even though Minki is married to Gonghi. Gina says she is not interested in the blind dates and asks Sungmi to stop contacting her because she is working. Gina then approaches Minki, who continues to avoid her. Minki successfully convinces Hermes to continue working with him. and he will soon meet with the Hermes team to discuss their collaboration. Gina sees a note on Minky's table indicating that Minky and the Hermes team will meet at 7 p.m. at a cafe. Gina contacts Sungmi and asks her to arrange a blind date for her. Gina wants to meet her blind dates at the cafe at the same time as Minky's meeting with the Hermes team. She wants to see how long Minky can ignore her. That night, Minky arrives at the cafe and pauses to see Gina with a man. Gina laughs and engages in a comfortable conversation with the man. Minky's conversation falters, even though he is in an important meeting with the Hermes team. Minky hears Gina telling the man that she is usually cold but becomes friendly when interested in someone. The man concludes that Gina is now interested in him, and Gina confirms this in a loud voice, stating that if she didn't like the man, she wouldn't be there with him. The man takes Gina's hand and Gina feels uncomfortable. Gina asks him to let go, but he refuses. Minky, hearing this, immediately stands up and removes the man's hand from Gina's hand. This is the reaction Gina expected, and she is satisfied because Minky reacted this way. Her plan worked. She made Minky care about her again. At the end of this episode, Kyungtae and Dansu have returned home. They haven't found Audrey, and Kyungtae promises Dansu that he will do anything to find Audrey. Shortly after, Myungja also comes home, but she goes inside without speaking to Kyungtae. She is very angry with Kyungtae and refuses to listen to his explanation. She becomes even more annoyed when Kyungtae says he feels Audrey is in trouble. She is annoyed because she is also in trouble, but Kyungtae doesn't care about her. Finally, Myungja tells Kyungtae that she cannot live with him anymore. Okay everyone, that's the storyline this time. Thank you for watching my video.